there, YouTube. What is going on, everyone? It is D Dunn, and we're back. Look at that. So we had the Madden 25 debut. First time I've ever streamed Madden. So I decided to go with New York Giants franchise rebuild. I think it'll be pretty fun. First game was a really entertaining one. We had a great game and won. And then second game, we got our asses handed to us, and the Washington Commanders scored like almost 60 points on us. So we have a lot to do on defense, but that's here nor there. Just throwing that out there. If you like sports content and want to see some Madden content from me, then by all means check that out. It's like a 4-hour video. I loved it. I had so much fun. I cannot wait to stream it tomorrow. But we are back on A's franchise here in the year of our Lord 2029. So we are balls deep in this series, and I'm pretty excited because today we get to see the MLB debut of Anthony Matsui, who I was looking at earlier is listed as one of the top prospects in all of MLB. In fact, one thing I also realized is Padilla is now gone from 20th to number 10 in all of MLB, an A prospect, 22 years old, a lefty. He's been in the majors now for a while, and he's got 2 innings of work under his belt with a 0 ERA. Why did he only pitch 2 innings? Do we have him as? We'll have to take a look at that. But we have him at number 10, and then we scroll down a little bit more. We have Randall McLeod in Double-A. He is the number 27th ranked prospect in baseball. Pretty excited about that. We also have Alejandro Luis, closing pitcher at number 35, and Anthony Matsui, the man, the myth, the legend, who will be taking his MLB debut today. Lefty with great strikeout potential. I'm excited. So obviously we're going to play that game, try and get his major league debut off to the right start. That will be our home interdivision opener versus Houston. Last episode we did the off season. There's actually 2 episodes to that because my PlayStation froze and I lost the broadcast. But we're on our way to sweeping the White Sox. So we will also start with our with scouting today. Then we'll play the opening day for Houston and watch Anthony Matsui pitch. And then our out-of-division game, I think maybe we'll go out here, and I'd like to get at least one away game. We play a lot of home games in these first couple months. So I would like to get at least one away game, so maybe we'll come out here and play the Mets. We'll see. But yeah, we need to get to scouting. And the big question is, what do we scout? What do we scout? So the last couple of years, we've just been going after some depth. We could look at starting pitcher because our starting pitcher group is a little thin. Well, not thin. We have a lot of B potentials, A potentials, and when you look at this kind of core group right here, look at this. Look at the age, 23, 22, 22, 24, 23, 26, 23, 22. Like all of these guys, all with B to A potential. I think our starting pitching is set for like the next 10 years probably. Relief pitcher, we have tons of depth. Obviously not as many like B, C potential guys, but most relievers are like C potential and are effective. Closing pitcher, we're set. So I think maybe we look at catcher. Soderstrom is 27. Our backups are over 30. And then depth after that is 2 21-year-olds with C potential. So I think we may look at catcher. We have good depth at first base. We have good depth at second. So I know last year we looked at trying to get some third baseman, and we did find some. We have Miles Naylor, who's been in the system for a few years now. Sean Almanzar, I think, was our draft pick, 71 overall, B potential. So we'll look at that. But I think where we really actually need some is probably outfield, surprisingly enough. Now we have two good guys here. Of course, we have Randall McLeod. But when we look, our top two outfielders are Yordan Alvarez, who's 31, Alex Verdugo, who's 32 and regressed last year, Seth Brown, who is 36 and is somehow not regressing, the ageless wonder who just only improves. It's kind of crazy. And then after that, we have a few guys, but then we have really no one at center field. We have Rosario, who's 33 and regressed last year. And then we have Jordan Walker, who's kind of our future. You know, he's definitely our guy. We got him on lock for the next 5 years. So we'll have him through his prime. And Lawrence Butler, who's 28, but only an 80 overall. So really we can go anywhere and feel pretty good about it. But I think like catcher, maybe outfield, and then, oh my God, my dog. And then some sort of infielder, probably someone at like third, first, somewhere in there, like one of the corner infield spots. So, but pitching is not really a need. So let's go to our contracts. Let's go to our scouts and take a look here. So we need position player scouts. And then, of course, a discovery scout. If we could find someone with really good 98 discovery, I feel really good about that. So, and he's cheaper. So we have a new discovery scout with 98 discovery. Love that. I don't think efficiency plays a role in discovery. I think it's just how good the discovery rating is. And then I guess we'll look to see if we can find someone with better than 86 position and 95 efficiency. Oh, look, we found one, and he's cheaper. Great. Okay, so we have our scouts with 11 grand left to spare. Let's hop into the scouting menu. First, let's just kind of take a look at the prospects and see what we have to work with. Wow, a lot of actually really good starting pitchers here. A lot listed in the top 100. So maybe we do go starting pitcher. Closing pitcher, look at that. 1, 2, 3. That would be absolutely wild. Do we have anyone that's potentially a generational prospect? Hideo Tanaka could very well be a generational prospect. We, of course, won the World Series, so we pick at 30. Okay. But anyway, I digress. So first base, there's not many in the top 100. Second base has a few, but we really don't need second base. But we're in a great position where we don't have to draft for need. We can just kind of draft who looks good. Shortstop, there's a few. But yeah, I think it might be outfield focus. Left fielders, we got a few guys in the top 100. Same with center fielders and right fielders. Quite a few in the top 100. Did we see catcher? Catcher. There's a few in the top 100. So yeah, let's go catcher, outfield. Let's start with our discovery scout. Where's he at? Discovery, this guy. All right, so let's discover. And let's go outfield first. Or infield. What do we want? I mean, our infield is much younger. So let's go outfield. Let's start international. And we'll start there. For our first prospect, why don't we start with catcher Brian Russo, 18 years old, good potential, could be good overall. We have him at 31, and we pick at 30. He's got a decent bat and good defense. Sure. And then after that, we have another good guy here, another 18-year-old. Have him at 32. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go back-to-back catcher to take a look-see at these two guys. Feel really good about that. And we will put this at rank 3. Okay. So then we will list our need at catcher and center field, left field. Sure, that works. Because we can only pick 3. All right. So scouting's done. That was easy and quick and painless. All right. So we start the year off 4-0, and we start off with a sweep of the White Sox. Now we will play our first game of the day with Anthony Matsui, the young lefty making his MLB debut as a starter. We also have a rookie, Tanaka, I think is his. Hinojo. Henry Hinojo, who is long reliever. So he's pitched 3 innings and currently has been great. Only allowed 1 hit. So, but we have, 2 rookies. 2 rookie pitchers starting. We have 3 All-Stars returning from last year, which feels really good. I'm just excited. Now, it's weird because, I feel like most guys, at least most of the content creators that I watch on YouTube, don't tend to go this deep into a series. I don't know why, because I know a lot of people, they like to see the grind up until the team is good. But I feel like with the A's, and we're really baseball in general, it's like you don't get to see the rookies unless you go at least 3 to 5 years. All right, but let's lock in Anthony Matsui. Again, good stamina, great strikeout potential, and then not much else is really good. So he still has a ways to go in terms of getting his, reaching his full potential. As we get an absolute dot up and in, but we don't get the call. And Jeremy Pena batting .462 to start the season is kind of crazy. But Matsui has almost every year in the majors has done really well. Or in the minors, I should say. So he just doesn't have a lot of velocity. He doesn't have a lot of break. But let's see if we can fit this front door slider in. And we get a swing and a miss on Jeremy Pena, who is, I feel like, usually gives us a lot of trouble. And look at those cleats he's rocking as well. Absolutely electric stuff. All right, and we start off with a 2-0 count to Brendan Donovan, who, exceptional player. Kind of bummed. We made a run for him in free agency. Obviously, he chose to go to Houston, and then, we go on to win the World Series. So he could have been a World Series champ. He missed out. And he goes down swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts. And Houston now has Jun-Hoo Lee. Phenomenal Japanese talent. International free agent. But only hitting 153 to start the season. We have a lefty-lefty matchup, so you would think we have a little bit of an advantage.
1-1.
We missed with the slider, but we get the swing and miss.
1 ball.
He goes reaching, and then we'll go back inside with the changeup. I think this could be brutal. And we get the call on the black. So Anthony Matsui, in his rookie debut, strikes out the side against a former Silver Slugger winner, a guy batting over 400, and our absolute rival, the Trastros. All right, Bailey Ober, we know the drill. We have absolutely crushed Ober in the past. So, it is what it is. But Verdugo, characteristically impatient, swinging at 2 balls out of the zone. Goes down and gets this fastball, but it is a flyout. Just a little bit late on that, but hit it pretty well. And now we got DV. Looking to find his new home at the top of the lineup. A little late on that changeup. I think maybe he wasn't quite sure if he wanted to swing. Decided too late. But pulls the fastball down the first base line. It's caught. Tippy taps on the base and he's out. And now Jordan. Of course, the former Astro was there for years and gave us fits. Now here with the A's. And he's so damn good. Moonshot out into right field. Ladies and gentlemen, pack your bags. Next stop, Pound Town. Alvarez takes over deep. And the A's are up 1-0. It's just so much fun to hit with such a great hitter. First year with us, hit like 45 home runs. Was in the, what do you call it? Home run derby. And then Geloff flies out to right, but some damage done. And already hitting the ball well. Feel good about that. Every batter had some solid contact.
All ones the count.
Look at Nick Pratto having himself a year to start, batting .545.
Got him.
Grounds out to Addison Barger to lead off the inning.
0-1.
And this slider.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Houston, a lot of lefties in this lineup.
Ball.
Kind of surprising that they don't switch that up a little bit, considering, facing a left-handed pitcher. You would think loading up your lineup with all lefties would not be the move, but... And another one bites the dust. Justin Crawford goes down swinging. Anthony Matsui now with 4 strikeouts out of the first 5 Houston Astros batters.
0-2 is the count.
And does not get his 5th, but 4 strikeouts and 6 batters is definitely something we can work with. Anthony Matsui, have yourself a start to your MLB career. You'd love to see it. Walker gets hold of this one. Pretty deep out into right, but center fielder showing some good range and is able to snag that one down. And now, our first-time All-Star, Tyler Soderstrom, Soda Pop. Also, I think won a Silver Slugger or 2 so far in his career. But the A's doing right by him. And I think we're going to be pretty close to having to think about an extension with him. That one just kind of going off the inside of the bat. Doesn't get good wood.
No, that's down.
And another fly out. I don't think we've hit a single... Well, nope, take that back. We have hit 1 ground ball. But most of our hits have been pretty solid contact to the outfield. So that makes me feel pretty good. Good slider there. Front door. Starts outside the zone. Works its way in. And then Brownie hits this one. Diving effort from Donovan, but doesn't make it in time. And one name that is notably absent from this lineup, Jose Altuve, the short king, the trash can lover himself, has finally been dropped. I think he was like 36, 37. I don't know if anyone picked him up at free agency, but I did notice that that they did not renew his contract. Probably wanted an obscene amount of money. Hadn't actually been playing the position the last couple of years, his home position of second base, but had just been kind of DH. He's just been DHing for them. But the one thing that no professional sports athlete can beat is time. Even LeBron James will eventually retire as Addison Barger flies out, but you know, age finally got to him. And we've been hitting over pretty good. I feel pretty confident, even though we are only up by 1. But Matsui is looking really good so far. Walker ranging. Can he get there? He cannot. And we start off with another strikeout. Anthony Matsui absolutely dealing. For those keeping up at home, that is now, I think, 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3. And Alex Bregman gives the rookie a taste of what might be to come. Certainly not the first home run he'll give up in his career, especially playing in this stadium. But he takes a fastball in the black and just pokes it out of here. Tied up 1-1. At this point, you know, I don't honestly feel bad. Our outfields are not deep. We have kind of high walls. It's really easy to hit a home run to the corners. It is really hard to hit a home run to center because the walls are pretty tall, but they're really short. But then, of course, in center field where it's like 400 feet and the walls are tall, it's very hard to hit a home run. So, so we give up a home run, and then we also give up our first hit. But we got to keep in mind MLB debut, and he has been amazing thus far. As Seth Brown makes a snag and is able to hoof it out to first for the 3rd out. But Bregman's kind of that next guy, that next big power bat for Houston, I think. He's hit a couple dingers on us already since making his entry into the lineup as a consistent everyday guy for them. And Verdugo reaching down for this one and caught on the warning track. Again, only 93 off the bat, not even a very well hit ball. But still almost got to the wall. It kind of shows you there like what I was talking about with how hitter friendly this park can be. Probably also part of the reason why Jordan continues to do so well. And 0-2 count to DV. Pokes one there, able to be fielded by the shortstop.
Designated hitter, Jordan.
And Jordan 1 for 1, of course, with the home run. 5-time Silver Slugger. And can also hit for contact as well. He has hit above or pretty much right at 300 for many, many years now. And once again, A's get a base runner on with 2 outs. Geloff gets a fastball right down the middle and pops it up. There's out number 3. And we're struggling to get base runners on early in our at-bats. Last inning we had 2. This inning we only had 1. but oh my God, a check swing that gets the hit. Barger flips or Matsui flips to Brown.
The first baseman, Nick.
There's a nice one pitch out.
All one.
And we've seen Matsui before in our minor league showcase episodes that we've seen. So we're kind of familiar with his game. But I will say, his control, and especially with his slider and fastball, have really come a long way from what we've seen in our minor league spotlights games. What we normally saw, we just kind of had to chuck it in the zone and kind of hope for a swing and miss.
0-1.
After a couple years, we've seen him really dial in his pitches, and he's shown
Pitch is out.
really good command thus far. Of course, everyone has good days and bad days.
That ball's foul.
And a 1-2 count to Crawford. Fouled off. Spin it to win it. We got him. Another lefty goes down, and I swear every single batter is a lefty, I think, in this lineup. It's kind of crazy. Jordan Walker gets a nice pitch to swing at, rips it out to the right field, but again, right to a defender. We've seen games like this before where we're just absolutely beating the shit out of the baseball, but can't get anything to touch grass. But not anymore. Grab your chips and soda. Soderstrom goes yard. His second of the year, looking to build on his all-star year last year. Love to see it. The young lad putting good wood on the ball. And Brownie flies out. I'm not sure who's playing the outfield anymore for Houston, but we have seen them covering the gaps incredibly well. I feel like against most teams, those shots out into the left and right field gap out here, like I feel like most of the times, like those hits land in grass, but not today. Houston showing some really good defense. Otherwise, wow. Absolute whiff on the curveball there. But the same, if it weren't for that, we could be up by like 5 or more runs right now. And another lefty. I feel like we have yet to see a right-handed batter. Is this entire lineup lefty? That would be really, really, really odd. But I suppose it's possible. Our first full count of the day. It's going to be a challenge fastball up top. Dalton Varsho swings right through it. And we are rapidly approaching double-digit strikeouts for our young rookie. First MLB game, imagine we get a complete game with like 12 strikeouts.
Nope.
That would be like Paul Skeens-esque. Geloff with a diving attempt, but unable to make the grab. So we start off with a 1-out runner on first. And I'm not surprised at the strikeout rate as we finally see a righty. But I'm a little surprised that Houston has yet to get many base runners. I figured, given his relatively low hit per 9 rating, that we would be giving up some.
Nope, that's a ball.
That we would be giving up some walks and some hits, but it just hasn't happened. Geloff is under this one. And the kid is looking good. Let's just take a quick peek here at the box score. I want to say he's at 8 strikeouts right now. 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts in only 5 innings of work. That is some elite pitching right now from Anthony Matsui. And so far, Ober's done a good job of holding the offense down. We've gotten some base runners on, but usually with only 2 outs. We have 2 solo home runs, but other than that, have kind of struggled.
3 balls, no strike.
And we start off with a 3-0 count. Given our struggles, I'm going to go ahead and put up the stop sign on Verdugo.
Ball 4.
Pretty close pitch outside, but
The third baseman, number 4,
no swing.
Douglas.
And we finally have a runner on with less than 2 outs. A great contact hitter in Douglas Vaughn up now.
Ball. Count 1-0.
And would love to see him hitting with base runners on. You know, we have him at number 2 for a reason. Because we expect Verdugo to get on. Then we expect Vaughn to, you know, keep the hit train rolling. This one high and deep out in the left. And it actually is caught in foul territory. Again, good range from these outfielders. I do player stats. Can I see? I can't see their lineups. Stats. I guess if I go to box score, right? So they have Jun-Hoo Lee in center field. Okay, that makes sense. Dalton Varsho in left and Hunter Goodman in right. Jun-Hoo Lee, 68 speed, so not super fast, but good reaction time. Varsho, also incredible reaction time and pretty good speed. And then Hunter Goodman in right, 69 reaction, nice, and 60 speed. So, okay, that makes sense why we can't get any hits to the outfield. 2 outfielders with, you know, pretty good speed, 60-plus speed, and then also 90-plus reaction time is that's going to get you a lot of outs. Alvarez pops this one up. I thought he had kind of barreled that one. It sounded good off the bat, but I guess was under it. His first plate appearance where he does not get on base or get a hit. And so the A's once again do not score. I would like to take a moment and just say, holy hell, what a play from Douglas Vaughn at third. 92 speed on that bunt. And he's able to run it down. He wasn't even playing shallow.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Just makes the catch on the run and the throw on the run.
1 ball.
The umpire hates us. Should have been strike 3. We don't get it.
Ball 2.
But we will see how this one ends. The 2-2 count.
We got full count.
And Donovan spits on it. I think lefty-lefty, we're going to go back to the slider. It's been really good all day long. Foul.
Foul ball.
Don't have a ton of confidence in the splitter, but I feel like if we just mix it up, no? Foul ball again. Maybe if we speed him up a little bit, same location but fast. No. Matsui runs it up to 93, which is about the peak of his velocity, but outside. And now we have an incredible contact hitter, Jun-Hoo Lee at the plate. And he rips one out into center. It's going to be a single. Matsui's at 77 pitches. 2 runners on. We might look to... Let's get Stefan and Crochet up. I mean, a double play ends this really quickly. And so we'll, of course, be pitching for that. Geloff with the incredible range gets the throw to second, and then the throw to first is in time. Amazing defense from our A's infield right there. Spearheaded by Geloff. That was a crazy play. I want to take another look at it. So great reaction time. He's running full speed, snags it, has to turn around, throws it while sliding backwards, and then Barger with his huge arm makes the throw to first. That was a great defensive play. And according to our ratings, we were ranked 30th or something like that in defense, which kind of surprising, but now we have hit over a lot. We have hit for very good contact. I said 2 solo shots. But I almost feel like we should try to hit ground balls because we cannot get anything to land in the outfield. Their outfielders have just been too good. Or we can just not swing the bat and get on base with a walk.
Now batting, right fielder.
That works just as well.
Walker.
286 in his last 4 games, but 0 for 2 today. I mean, that slider, I don't know what Walker's waiting for. If you're not swinging at that slider, I don't know what else you're swinging at, buddy. Oh my God. We get a really lucky call there. That curveball well in the zone. And that's going to be a double play. Circle change on the black. Probably didn't have to swing. Could have been a ball. Soderstrom hits this one hard out to right. Another fly out to the outfield. That thing, just anything going on out there, we just cannot get to land. So tough at bats. Ober getting bailed out. I feel like we would probably have now we're getting squeezed by the umpires. I feel like we would honestly probably have 10 runs if some of our hits would have landed. But there are no ifs. There is only what is actually happening. What is actually happening is we hit a lot of fly balls into the outfield. And Anthony Matsui strikes people out. So Dalton Varsho manages to hit one through the infield. Gets a single. Kind of surprising. Barger normally very good at short. Good reaction time and a great arm. A little surprised he wasn't able to make that play, but we get the pop-up on Goodman. And now with 2 outs, looking for Matsui to get through the 7th, and then we'll probably look to our bullpen to close this one out. I don't think you can really get a better start from a rookie. Seven innings with double-digit strikeouts and only 1 run allowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
God, I don't know. Do we bring him out? And Spencer Spaghetti Arrighetti
Now,
My favorite reliever.
number 53.
We see him every damn game.
Eric
Part of the reason why he has that 4.25 ERA from last year was because
for Oakland.
he had to face us.
First baseman, Seth Brown.
And I got to figure out, do I keep Matsui out? He's not at red energy yet. He still has stamina. And he's still pitching well. He's allowed 5 hits, but that's definitely not bad. I think, though, we're actually going to, let's sit these guys. And we have, no, granted, Winkler is a 79 and Bronson's a 75. Both of these guys had sub-2 ERAs last year. Both were all-stars, and one of them won reliever of the year. So don't be fooled by their overalls. They are very good. Oh, wait, did I get... And... Schedule, yeah. Okay. So we'll bring out our setup man, Winkler. And then Roosevelt Bronson.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Our closer. He absolutely electric last year. And Sethy boy strikes again. Seth Brown, the ageless wonder. Another dinger on his resume. Only his first of the year. But that gives the A's now a 2-run lead. We have only scored on home runs this game. And that's why we love Spaghetti Arrighetti. And we finally get one to land? No. Yes! What the hell? Right fielder just stops and lets the ball bounce in front of him. I'm not mad about it. But no outs. We have already a home run. And then a single. And what is likely to be an RBI double. This one's still rolling. Finally gets picked up. That's going to be a double for Barger. An RBI. And all of a sudden, no, keep Arrighetti out. He's my favorite reliever. Jake Bennett, his bio is that he's 6'3", he weighs 195 pounds and 28 years of age. That's all you get to know about him. I'm unfamiliar with this man's life. He looks like an average reliever, but it's the first time we've seen a lefty, which I wouldn't say is concerning, but we definitely do not hit lefties as well as we hit righties. So we'll see what the kid's got, and he's got a good slider. Right off the rip, Verdugo whiffing, looking at his bat like, where the hell did that thing go? Big whiff from Verdugo. And then back-to-back sliders.
Ball 1.
So we start off with 3 off-speed, or 2 breaking pitches and an off-speed. And Verdugo beats that one into the ground.
He's out.
Is not able to leg it out, so that's a ground out, but advances the runner, so it is at least a productive out. And old DV 0 for 3 on the day.
Counts 1-0.
So you got to think he is due. Pretty good against lefties.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just kidding. He sucks. Really late on that one. Oh my God, what a good slider. It started up way up here outside and then lands just inside. Great pitch. Broken bat going after the 4-seamer inside on the hands. And then fighting off another fastball up on the black. Protecting on the 1-2 count. I will say Bennett, so far, I mean, we've only seen him for, what, 1 batter, but pitching pretty well. We got a little lucky there. Probably should have been strike 3, but A 50-50 ball gets called a ball. And now the full count. And Vaughn sends a rocket right at the second baseman. Donovan makes the throw to first. But we do get the run across. And now we have our $40 million man. Half of our budget for the year spent on this man. Already with 1 home run on the day. Has a home run and a single to his name. Looking to build upon that.
Nope. Outside.
Bennett is pitching well. Pitching very close on the black with a lot of his pitches. Has not had a mistake pitch yet. That would be a mistake. Outfielder shaded way towards the center. And Alvarez hits one far to the opposite field. And that's going to be a double. So a 3-for-4 day for Alvarez. And now Gelly with a chance to drive him in, and he does not. Pops this one up. The catch is made by the first baseman. But that was a good inning for us. We got through the starter. We got to see the relievers, and we made them pay. 9 hits on the day now. Scratched across a few runs. A's lead by 4 with only 2 innings. Would love to bring Matsui out, but it is still a relatively close game.
Your attention, please. Now,
So his day is done, and now we go to Mark Winkler. His first season with us last year, like I said, him and the closer Roosevelt Bronson, both all-stars. Bronson winning reliever of the year, and both with a sub-2 ERA on the season. Winkler, great velocity, can run it up to 100 plus. And Geloff again showing off his range to his glove side, no less. You love to see it.
Number 3, shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
See, we have quite a few people tuning into the stream. I really appreciate you stopping by. Love having you guys.
Got him.
And Winkler making quick work of the top of this Houston lineup. Quickly dispatching the first 2 batters on all fastballs.
0-2 is the count.
And Donovan cannot catch up to 97 inside. We're going to go off speed to hopefully finish him off.
Damn.
And Brendan Donovan spits on it. I think we go back to it. Feel pretty good. My voice makes baseball fun to listen to. Hell yeah, brother. Should I get my real announcer voice on? Mark Winkler with the setup, the windup, and the pitch. And it's a strikeout for Winkler to end the inning. A's go back to the dugout. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. Is that better? No, I hate that shit. You get to hear Brick in the background. He's
Jordan.
so angry.
Walker.
Ball. That's inside.
Sultry baritone tones soothing the ears of the airwaves, coming at you, the one, the only, D-Dun the Chill. I like it. That's going to be my new intro. Sultry sounds of D-Dun commentating baseball. It'll put you right to sleep.
1 strike.
All right. Damn. We missed that slider. That slider right down the middle. I was too busy trying to seduce my audience here. Come on, Jordan Walker. There it is. We get another one. Walker makes him pay. Our 4th home run of the game. And Jordan Walker's first of the year. Looking to earn every bit of that I think $15 million we paid him in the offseason.
Ball one, no strike.
Let's go. Let's go. A's now up 5. Chili spaghetti gifted to you by Old Man Spaghetti by me. Oh man, I love a nice like it's spicy Italian dish, like
The
some
first baseman, set.
what do you call it? Why am I blanking on the name of the chilies?
Nope.
Calabrian chili. That shit's goated, man. I mean, I'm kind of addicted to spicy food right now. I literally put that shit on everything. Ooh, Sethi boy. Under the fastball.
The center fielder,
Out number 1.
28. Ahmed.
But we've built a good lead here. Up now 5 over Houston. Some egg Sammys. Yum. There's never a bad time for breakfast.
Ball one. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike.
How do you like your eggs, Mr. Pack? I'm an over easy man myself. Like a good runny yolk.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Great pitch there by Bennett. Little front door slider. Just catches the inside of the zone. Then Rosario, little blooper into right. That is caught. 2 outs now.
Now batting.
And now Barger.
The shortstop.
1 for 3 on the day.
Barger.
See there, a double RBI and a run on his stat sheet.
That's a ball.
This man is a good pitcher. Really, we've only seen a couple mistake pitches. One, which we hit out of the, well, not out of the ballpark, but for a home run. Literally all poach was always a favorite. Love a good poached egg. Just so time consuming. Barger fooled a little bit on that fastball. Takes a rip, misses. Now in a 2-2 count. Fights off another inside fastball, trying to protect. I mean, we do get 1 run across, so we do finally build up a 5-run lead heading into the 9th.
Leading off for the Astros, the center fielder, Jung-Hoo
And
Lee.
since it is not a safe situation, we will leave in Winkler. Don't necessarily need to bring out our closer
All one's the count.
with a 5-run lead. Still early in the season. And he already has some work, so it's not like he hasn't got opportunities. So we'll stick with Winkler. Oh, great hit there by Jung-Hoo Lee. A perfect right up the center. Good pitch, too. Maybe could have been a little bit farther outside, I guess, but this one should be a double play.
That's an out.
Geloff to Brown, and that is 2 quick outs. So the single by Lee does not
No, inside.
lead to any damage for us. And now the Trastros down to their final out. And it's going to be Justin Crawford, 0 for 3 on the day. Winkler pitching well, but just missing. Crawford goes for a changeup outside the zone. Ground ball to Geloff. And we have yet to lose a game. It's still early in the season. But we are now 5-0 to start the year after a 4-game sweep against Chicago, the White Sox. And Anthony Matsui, our rookie, in his MLB debut, gets the win. We'll take a look at a stat line here as we see Yordan Alvarez just blast one. I think it was 382 feet to right. And Anthony Matsui gets player of the game. 7 innings, does allow 5 hits and 1 walk, but only 1 earned run off of that. And double-digit strikeouts, 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. Alvarez goes 3 for 4 with a homer and a double. Soderstrom also 2 for 4 with a homer. Seth Brown 2 for 4 with a homer, and Walker 1 for 4 with a homer. So 4 home runs on the day for the A's. Not hard to do in our stadium, but off to a really good start. Nay, I say a great start. All right. Now we need to pick what game we will play for our out-of-division game. I'm targeting the Mets here, I think, because would like to get an away game. Would like to play Pittsburgh. I feel like we haven't played them much, but I feel like we really haven't played the Mets much either. So let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. I forgot. I wanted to check the AAA lineups and stuff. Okay, so let's see what we got. Leadoff, Murillo, Harris. Also have to make sure these guys are in the right position. Sometimes the game loves to put guys in weird positions. Like this, Sean Lima cannot play shortstop, but for some reason they have him there. Do we not have a AAA shortstop or someone who can play short? We don't. Well, that could... No. See, and they have, for some reason, our shortstop playing outfield. Like, okay. So we'll make the switch there. And then... I would actually like to have Murillo at first. I actually feel pretty good about that. But Sean Lima can hit the ball too. Maybe Sean Lima is our DH. And then in right field we have Estrada. Yeah, this is much better. This is much better. Who do we have at second? Brett Harris. That's fine. Okay. All right, so everyone is actually in their given positions. So we have Murillo, Harris, and Thomas. I want to actually let's get Lima in a DH in third because he actually has some power. We're going to switch Harris and Colby Thomas. Estrada hitting fourth. And St. Aud, with his big power, low contact skills, having fifth. Then Harris, Henry Bolt, Puzzo, and Schofield Sam. And then versus lefties, again, they have the computer decided to put people in horrendous positions. So we had Lima DHing, Estrada in right, Puzzo catcher, Murillo at first. Okay, and now we're set. So let's see, Murillo, 90 contact versus lefties. I mean, that's a no-brainer leadoff right there. We'll do Colby Thomas, Sean Lima, 73 power versus lefties. He'll be in third. St. Aud, 72 power below contact. Will be our 4-hole. And then Estrada will be our 9. And those 3 will be there. So that's fine. Okay. So there's our AAA lineups. And then I wanted to also look at AAA pitching rotation because Padilla, who is apparently top 10 prospect in all of MLB, is not starting. And for some reason, we have a closing pitcher starting with 43 stamina. Like, make it make sense, game. And where's our... There we go. All right. So we'll have Padilla, our kind of star. Trace Gillian has 135 ERA. One third of an inning pitched. Gave up 6 hits and 5 runs. Holy shit. That's not good at all. Holy hell. All right. So that makes sense. Both those guys have like 40 stamina, so they can be lawn relievers. Kyle Brown is the closer. Sounds good. The rest of that looks fine. Okay. Man, that's why you can't trust the PC to make any changes. AA, I guess we should probably check that as well. All right, so Cabrera, Pineda, McLeod's also up there. Okay. Jesus. All right, so Martin Meza, 1,000% should be playing. He'll play left. McLeod will be our DH because he cannot play defense. And I think the rest of this looks pretty good. Sean Almanzar, we have, do we want him playing third? Yeah. Can he play any other positions? He could play first. Who do we have at first? Steven Soto, yeah, 56 overall. You go to the bench. Okay. And then Brandon McLeod's got to be our leadoff guy. Super high contact. Man, we just don't have a lot of good hitters down here in AAA, do we? All right, so we'll go Pineda. Meza will be our 3-hole with that big power. And that is tough. Yeah, these guys all just cannot hit the ball to save their life. You hate to see it. All right, Meza left field, McLeod DH. Almanzar at first, right? Yes. All right, so our AAA team will likely struggle. I don't know, maybe if Meza has like a huge breakout year, but I'm not expecting a lot. Okay, so our lineups are set there, and then pitching on a AA, these are all starters. All right, wow, this actually makes sense. Good job, computer. You actually set up some pitching that makes sense. Okay. Ooh, a 54 overall. That is tough, man. Well, he's going to have to learn. He'll fuck around and find out. All right, so our lineups are set for the minor leagues. We're going to be playing the Mets next. All right. And the simulation is on. So awesome. So, I mean, we started off the year with a 2-4-6 win streak. We don't get the sweep over Houston. And then so far the series is split with the White Sox. The dog hates it. Dog so mad about the current situation. All right, we discovered 2 new outfield prospects. Let's see who those are. Domingo Vargas. I don't know why I had such a hard time pronouncing that. We have him ranked as 54th in the draft. Good speed, decent defense, decent bat, but nothing crazy. And then Orville Sciambi. I mean, for having him at 141, he doesn't actually look that bad. His potential could be terrible, but not the worst discovery. So we'll continue to look. And any catchers? I mean, we have some solid options. We don't have to scout them all the way because we just need options. And a lot of these guys like actually look like they could be relatively decent. We do need to get to our outfielders, but still have quite a few weeks. Finalize scouting there. All right, we will sim another week. Zach Geloff with a strained finger. Okay, so he's just out for a few days. We will keep him active. And we actually get swept by the St. Louis Cardinals. Close games, only lose by one run in each of them. So we're 10-5 on the year so far. Bounce back though with 2 straight wins versus Arizona, looking for the sweep. Okay. So Paul Locke looks like he's probably a bust. Goes from 74th down to 129. And Gary Harrington pretty much stays exactly where he's at. Drops 1 spot from 89 to 90. All right, no new outfielders discovered, so we will look out to the west, and we will now look to the outfield. Russell Christensen looks like he could be a stellar prospect here. So does Ricky Bonner. Take a stab at both of these fellas. And continue on. All right, we sim another week. Steven Soto down in Double-A, out for a few days. He's fine to stay active. And the Phillies are already interested in a trade. This is very interesting. Normally we don't see multiplayer trades. Like usually they just try to just gift you someone. So they want to give me 28-year-old Orion Kirkering. Okay. I mean, he doesn't look bad. He's pitching poorly. But he looks pretty good. Just struggling off the gate a little bit. For Caleb Ferguson and Paul Ritson, there's no shot that, like, maybe if this guy was, I mean, he pitched well last year, and he does look like a good reliever, but I'm not giving up a 19-year-old prospect and one of my best lefty relievers. I'm going to pass on that trade, Philadelphia. But disaster strikes. So we still win the series versus Arizona, but we are down 2 games in the series versus Cincinnati. We get swept again. And then we go with back-to-back wins versus Pittsburgh. So apparently playing Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday is awful. And Roosevelt Bronson is having a terrible year so far. 7 ERA in just 4 innings. Less than ideal. All right, let's take a look at the scouting here. So Russell Christensen doesn't look like a bad player. And Ricky Bonner also doesn't look bad. Not much of a bat, but great defensively. Holy hell. Feels really good. He still drops, though. We did not discover anyone out in the West, so we'll look to the Central United States. And still have lots of... We'll take a look at this guy, even though I know it's probably bait. Being that his overall and potential are basically identical. Continue the search. All right. So now we have the choice to pitch with Stewart or Henry Hinojo. Why is Henry Hinojo starting? Because Orozco is injured. And he has a 6 ERA. Only 16 innings, so kind of small sample size, but certainly not good. Definitely a far cry from where he was last year. Caleb Ferguson also not pitching well. Wow, our whole bullpen is not pitching well, with the exception of Trevor Stefan. Yeah. So that's not good. But Grayson Rodriguez is off to a really hot start. 40 strikeouts in 36 innings. Kyle Harrison, who we finagled a nice 5-year, $25 million deal, is also off to a great start. Stuart Orr rebounding after a kind of rough 2028. But like I said, pitching well. And now we have Henry Hinojo. I mean, he is a starter. But if he's pitching well, we'll leave him there. And then Matsui, who we only pitched one game with, but has gone on to pitch incredibly well. It is on fire. 36 strikeouts in 27 innings. So basically our starters are shutting everyone down. And then it looks like our bullpen is just absolutely blowing it. Our lineup is good. We're hitting really well. DV could probably improve, only hitting 239, but still getting on base over 300. Seth Brown with 6 home runs. We're going to move him up to the 5 spot. Scratch that. We're going to move him up to the 4 spot. And Rosario and Addison Barger both barely hitting over 200. Okay. So we're actually third in the division at 13-9. I'm not really surprised. We already know we have an incredibly competitive division. But let's hop in here and we'll play with another rookie, not making his debut, but we get to see 2 rookie starters. This one, Henry Hinojo, our Japanese prospect, sub-2 ERA so far on the year. Lawrence Butler wants to play. Who would we take him out for? Jordan Walker's killing it. Rosario is regressing and not hitting well. But we are facing a lefty, and he has 83 contact versus lefties. Meanwhile, Butler only has 53 contact versus lefties. So yeah, I think we'll just stick with it. And Zach Geloff's is a star. We're not going to pull him. especially only 20 games into the season, like that's pretty early. Pretty early. All right. So the Mets looking like they're not having a great year.
Leading off for Oakland.
And who are we facing? Logan Allen on the mound, 30-year-old lefty, only 79 overall, has good break and good clutch, which you don't necessarily see that much from pitchers, but almost a 7 ERA so far on the year.
The left fielder.
So definitely looks like someone that we could probably hit around. Starts off with a really good fastball in on the hands, on the black. And even though he doesn't have a lot of velocity, the ball, just like with his delivery, does come out really fast, and we are quickly in an 0-2 count. That splitter's kind of nasty, I'm not going to lie about it. Hey, buddy, what are you barking at? What are you barking at? Verdugo pulls this one down the first base line. Out number 1 for the Mets. And we get a fastball down the middle and we miss. I did say that after the struggles from last year and seeing Rosario regress, we might look to move him during the trade deadline. And Rosario goes down looking on the fastball. That cutter has huge break. Wow. But Alvarez goes down after that splitter. Below the zone, but saw it well.
The right fielder, number 18.
Barreled it up.
Jordan
Good timing.
Walker.
And we have a runner on. But again, just like last game, a runner on with 2 outs. And then Walker flying out to center. A's go pretty quietly in the first. And now Hinojo. Kind of a chonkster here. 6'3", 225. Only 23 years old. Already starting in the MLB. Uh-oh. And he's not starting off well. That slider missed by a mile. Good catch by the fan, though. And Roman Anthony, it's his first home run of the year. I mean, that slider was literally down the middle. And that sub-2 ERA is going to get
Inside, ball 2.
inflated really quickly if we keep that up.
2 balls, 1 strike.
We got a swing on the slider. We're going to give her another shot. We do get the ground ball, so bounce back. And now the polar bear, Pete Alonso. I think that's the nickname, right? The polar bear? Kind of a cool nickname. Big hulking man. I mean, great pitch. We just don't get the call. And we get another ground ball. So Hinojo came in with a phenomenal strikeout rate. Not seeing the strikeout stuff here. And now Jonathan India kind of turned into a journeyman. Moving around the MLB. Now with the Mets. I think we remember that trade. He was traded away by Houston, I think. And there we get our first strikeout. So not a good start. We give up the solo shot. Luckily, it was only a solo shot. And despite Logan Allen not looking like he was going to be that much competition, he has been pitching well so far. Only allowed 1 base runner in the first. Zach Geloff pulls one. through the second and third base gap. And we're really going to have to focus on trying to wait till we see some fastballs to hit. Down 0-2 in the count. Now we know we're not particularly strong versus lefties, and it's okay. Good splitter there. Vaughn had to protect. That one would have been strike 3, you would think. We're just going to have to really focus on the fastballs. That splitter is so good. Holy hell. Surprised we haven't seen more of the cutter. That thing spins like crazy.
He's good. One ball.
Brown again swinging through a splitter. I mean, why throw anything else, right?
Nope. That's inside. Count full.
Good patience, though. Seth Brown works into a full count. And Brownie goes down on a beautiful fastball, painted low and away.
The shortstop, Addison Barger.
No, he's in there.
Two batters already going down, striking out, looking.
Ball one.
Barger now hitting under 200.
Ball two.
But somehow has 13 RBIs. Tied for like second or third on the team. Which is also surprising considering he's sitting in the 8th spot. I guess the middle of our lineup is doing work and he's driving them home.
Two balls, two strikes.
I mean, I said we needed to watch the fastball. That one pretty close, I guess, but definitely a very hittable pitch.
3-2.
That went almost in the exact same spot. Putting together some pretty patient at-bats, at least these last couple. Barger goes down below the zone, what should have been ball 4. Takes a rip at it.
Leading up for the Mets, the
And
third baseman,
I don't know about this game.
Beatty.
Out.
I mean, it's good to see Hinojo getting weak contact. Of course, besides the one home run. Make that 2. This one high and deep out in the left. And another just bad pitch. He just misses right down the middle. And this is kind of what I was afraid of heading into the year, our untested rookies. Of course, one of them doing well. But our Orozco, who pitched really well last year, not pitching well so far. Hey, babe. See if we can bounce back.
No, inside.
We haven't really thrown the splitter much. Let's give that one a whirl. And we get the swing and miss on it. Okay. So we need to memory hole that. So we've gotten a couple strikeouts, but we can't come out and let the Mets hit a solo home run every inning. It's obviously not a recipe for success.
Soderstrom.
Ball one.
Luckily, Logan Allen does not have great stamina. So as long as we can get these counts, deep, even if we're not hitting him well, we should be able to run him out of the game at least by him just getting tired.
He's out.
The batter, the left fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Finally get a really good pitch to hit there. Verdugo's under it though. Flies out to left. And Rosario flies out to center. So, not very patient at bats there. I mean, Rosario's hit was pretty solid, but his contact was really solid. All right, let's see if we can get Hinojo through the third without giving up a run.
Ball.
Splitter's kind of nasty. Also, Hinojo, his character model, he's so top heavy. He's got this big barrel chest and stomach, and then just no legs. I love it. Classic MLB pitcher. Just the least athletic looking dude that can do the hardest thing on planet Earth.
Ball. That's out.
Maybe not the hardest thing. The hardest thing to do is hit a baseball. Beautiful fastball there. And again, we haven't really seen the strikeout stuff that we thought we might see from Hinojo, given his stats so far this year. But I mean, weak contact is still an out, but we really have yet to do much here against Logan Allen. Jordan's slugging 700. Brother. That is wild.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Please don't foul out. Okay. Dude, these splitters are nasty, man. All right, so we're probably not going to improve that slugging percentage much, but it is a single, and I will take a man on, especially with no outs. Ooh, man. All over that cutter, hit it very hard, but just out. And then we get a slider right down the middle. It's over here, so Walker swings at it, misses with the late break inside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Heartbreaking, but we're still in this one. Just have to remain patient.
That's ball 2.
I mean, look at those pitches. Right down the middle. And we get another one. This one high and deep on the left. And it is gone. Jordan Walker, massive home run, his 4th of the year. That one 406 feet out to center. And the game is tied. I was getting a little worried. It is unlike us to have such low productivity. But finally get to see a couple mistake pitches by Logan Allen. And we made him pay. There's another one there. Cut it pretty well inside the zone. And then another mistake pitch. This one right down the middle. DV is there, but I mean, good timing. Barreled it up pretty well, but just doesn't get it to land. And there it is. Seth Brown, 2028 World Series MVP. Now has 2, I think, to his name.
Ball, that's high.
Good eye from Sethy. Oh my God, dude. Thought that was going to be a high fastball or maybe a slider. It's just, there's something about this pitcher, man. He's giving me fits. But we do tie the game up. And I also noticed his energy's running pretty low, so we look like we could be in a good place here. As Hinojo gets another strikeout, I think his 3rd or 4th of the game.
That's a ball.
India goes down on the splitter. That splitter looks pretty good. That might be the wipeout pitch.
Nope. That's inside.
I mean, if we can continue to get that splitter painted low and away like that, that's going to be a pretty dangerous pitch. So, after giving a solo shot in each of the first 2 innings,
The shortstop.
Hinojo has bounced back
Count 1-0.
and has pitched 3 consecutive shutout innings afterwards. Barger working to get his average back up above 200. With a rope out into right field.
1-0.
We're really starting to see Logan Allen struggle a little bit. He's missing a lot farther outside and missing a lot more inside the plate. Oh, Sodi. Wow. See the uncharacteristic speed from the catcher.
Alex.
He's able to leg that one out. Thought for sure that fastball was a splitter, the way we rolled over the top, but
Ball 1, no strike.
thankfully we don't get the double play. And 1 out and 1 on. We're in position to add to our run total. Heart of the order coming up. Verdugo hits this one high and deep in the left. This one's actually going to land. Bounces off the wall. Soderstrom rounding third, headed for home. And Verdugo casually trots to second. A stand-up RBI double.
28. Ahmed.
And the A's get their first lead of the game. Allen running low on energy. Kind of surprised he hasn't been pulled yet, but Rosario goes opposite field. We are going to send Verdugo to third. It's a really good throw from right. I mean, considering how far that was. And Jordan 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. Also a chance to get another RBI here. And that one is ripped. And ripped foul. Oh, misses. Had a good splitter there to hit. Well in the zone. But pops it up in the infield. So, unfortunate. But, you know, no batter is going to hit every single one.
The left fielder, Taylor.
And he's already 2 for 3. So, really good day. Now we got Hinojo back. If we could get another couple scoreless innings, I'd feel pretty good about that. I think we're going to really work this splitter. I think maybe the splitter slider combo with a couple fastballs peppered in here and there. That could be the ticket. But not for throwing fastballs down the middle. Had a few of those miss pretty badly in the zone. Luckily, Taylor Ward misses there. And it is a fly out to center.
Whoa, that's upstairs.
DV with the jump throw way over Seth Brown's head and into the dugout. That's going to be an error. And now we have a runner in scoring position. This time, Von Bearhand clubs it. You know, an accurate throw.
Now batting, catcher, Luca.
But it's not in time. And now we have 2 runners on. And a frozen rope out into right. Hinojo got himself into a little bit of trouble here. Not really pitching too bad, just we've just seen some better hitting. And then of course the error on the throw by Vaughn helped extend this inning by quite a bit. Less than ideal. A double play would be huge. We might get one. Vaughn to Geloff to Brown. There's the double play, but unfortunately, the Mets come back quickly and tie this one up.
Your attention, please. Now,
all right, now we're going to see Mike Vasil, also struggling on the year with a 7 ERA. Does not look particularly
number 26.
talented. So I think as long as we can remain patient, wait for those mistake pitches to come, I think they will come. I mean, that's a beautiful pitch. Jordan Walker's all over it, but just late. 94 too much.
No bets off the plate. Ball 2.
We start off with a 3-1 count. We're not swinging unless it's right down the middle. And it's a changeup. Oh, but an errant throw from the third baseman. An E5 on the play. And we are gifted a runner right back. Love to see that. I think we're also closing in. We're close to the end on Zach Geloff's contract. think he only has a couple years left. And he's pretty good, so it is going to be expensive to keep him around. And I am not looking forward to that. He's been a staple of this team for the past 6-7 years. And really been the backbone of this team build. Him, Soderstrom, and Brown have been with us since the beginning. And they've all been very good. Be really sad if we had to send him away. As he gets a hold of this one, land and bounces over the wall. It's an automatic double. And now we have 2 runners on and no outs for DV. Doug Vaughn not hitting extremely well this year. Start off the year pretty well, over 300, but has since cooled off. And hits a really good one out in the center, but he just does not have good power. It might actually be a double play. No! Geloff with a great speed, just beats out the tag. That's an RBI for Doug Vaughn, even though it isn't out. So they'll rule it a sacrifice fly. And now Seth Brown, only hitting 125 with runners in scoring position. Would love to get the Seth Brown, the playoff Seth Brown, or the World Series Seth Brown, hitting close to 400 for average with massive power and clutch hits. I think he finished the World Series with like 8 or 9 home runs and like 16 RBIs. Unreal. And Vasil, we're working another deep count, full count here, and the payoff pitch incoming. And Brown hits it right back up the middle. It's going to be a single and an RBI. So we score 2 here in the 6th. And doesn't look like they have any plans of removing Vasil. Barger with a good pitch to swing at. And that one actually bloops and falls. I thought that left fielder was going to get there easily, but it is not to be. And now 2 runners on. A's looking to blow this one open. Soderstrom having a good year, coming off a great year last year, and unfortunately flies out to center. I don't think we can send the runners this time. Not great speed, and we saw the center fielder has a great arm. He really wanted that high fastball, but couldn't get up to it. And then Verdugo going after the first pitch as well. We are going to allow Vasil to get out of this jam. But we do expand our lead up to 2. Still a really close game. And as we saw heading into this game, our starters have been very good consistently. You know, this is obviously Hinojo's worst start, but 3 runs through 5 1/3 is not terrible. You know, it's not going to win you the Cy Young by any means, but you know, giving up 3 runs, assuming we don't give up any. Oh, thank God. This one's going to be foul. But assuming we don't give up any more runs here, that'd be 6 innings with only 3 runs allowed.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's not bad. And we have the offense where we should not have any problems winning with 3 runs allowed. But our bullpen has been really bad.
0-1.
And Noja really focusing on that slider. Looking to get a double play. Brown with the throw to second. Barger back to first. And Jonathan India legs that one out. Avoids the inning-ending double play.
Third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Nope.
Inojo doesn't have the greatest stamina. So now his 69th pitch. Nice. Does get him into the yellow territory. We're going to hit him with the challenge fastball. And we get the pop up. Brown is charging and under it. And that is 6 innings, 3 runs allowed for the rookie. Came in with the sub-2 ERA, and tons of strikeouts. So I was expecting a little bit better,
Leading off for Oakland,
but I think that's going to be good
the
enough.
center fielder, Ahmed Rosario.
So let's get Hannah up. We'll schedule to put him in and warm up Winkler. We're operating under the assumption that we're not going to score any more runs, although I think we will. Rosario batting way under 200. Only 189. And he might be a candidate for trade. I don't know what we would look to get out of him. I guess, we would need an outfielder. He's been playing center field for us mostly. But him and Verdugo, they were, the last 2 years have just been
Designated hitter,
our 1-2 at the top of the lineup
Alvarez.
consistently, and have been really, really good. 2 years ago, they actually both of them were in the top 3 in hits for all of MLB for the season. Verdugo is number 1. It's like, it's hard to walk away from that. But numbers don't lie. Oh my God, diving attempt by the right fielder misses. Unfortunately, Alvarez, not great speed. He turned second, looked like he was going to go for 3, but did not. So that's another double, 7 on the year. And now we're going to see Phil Bickford. Looks like a pretty
Now
solid
pitching
reliever.
for the Mets, number 52, Phil Bickford.
And Walker going opposite field. This one high and deep out to right. This one, however, is caught. That's going to advance Alvarez to third. And now the young Geloff. Not really so young anymore. Approaching his mid-20s, mid to late 20s. Really fighting here, trying to stay in this count. One more run would really help. It's still a very close game. Instead, we're going to ground out to third.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right,
ladies and gentlemen,
now to the bullpen.
now pitching, Luther Hanna.
Luther Hanna, a homegrown A's prospect. He's never really been great, but has been a solid reliever now for, good 3 seasons. He has great K per 9 and hit per 9, ratings. But statistically, never really hasn't had an elite season in the MLB. But like I said,
2 strikes.
just continues to be solid, and that's fine.
Ball. That's inside.
Really good pitch there. Gilbert apparently with an eagle eye.
That's ball 2.
How do you not swing at these, buddy?
Strike. Count is 3-2.
We're going to go back up and in. Really hard hit ball by Drew Gilbert. This one at the wall and caught. Verdugo's under it for out number 2. That one really dangerous.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
Now he doesn't have much velocity,
1 ball.
but just, I guess, has that magic gift to get that swing and miss.
Ball 2. 2-2 to count.
Little dribbler down the first base line. Brownie's there. Applies the tag. And that is 1 inning in the books.
Your attention, please.
We're going to go to our setup man, Winkler. Scheduled to put him in and warm up Bronson.
57. Zach Thompson.
Has played in 7 games and has 6 saves. He's only blown 1 despite having a very inflated ERA. So, you know, if he's still locking down games and getting the saves, you know, we'll continue to roll with them, but it's definitely something to watch out for. Look at that, batting close to 300 and 6 home runs in the early part of this season. Slugging .548 at 37 years old. 36. Love to see it. Beats this one. Shortstop showing great range there. Flies over and makes the snag.
Addison Barger.
That's outside.
Wow, just a meatball right down the middle. Curveball that just hangs up. And Barger puts Barger puts great wood on it. Blasted out to center. We got a runner on with 2 outs. Would love a little 2-out rally here. But Soderstrom grounds into another one. We've hit a lot of ground balls. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Your attention, please.
I need to wake up.
Now pitching, Mark Winkler.
All right, Mark. You're my boy, Blue. Ooh. That was close, but Walker manages to range and get under that one. Quick out number 1. And then we get a fastball down the middle. Thank God he took that.
Ball, that's inside. That's ball 2.
I'm missing him quite a bit. We need to reel it in, Winkler.
Ball, 1 strike.
We cannot allow base runners only up by 1. Cannot allow free passes. And none given. As the great Gandalf
Now batting,
once said, "You shall not pass." Strikeout for Winkler for out number 2. And I gotta say, that's what baseball needs more of is Lord of the Rings references. Just saying. Probably not the highest saturation of Lord of the Rings nerd community out there watching baseball. But I'm here, and I'm all about it. As Winkler now in the even count 2-2. Let's see him run it up to 100. 97 up on the black. We get a strikeout. And now we head into the ninth. Up by 2. We'll schedule Bronson to come into the game. And we have a chance to add to our lead. And I mean, we're getting good pitches to hit. Verdugo reaching down for this fastball. And we're making decent contact, but we're not seeing a lot of really bad misses. You know, those misses where you don't even have to look away from the middle like that. That's what we need more of. This one bouncing over the fence. Maybe actually helps the Mets there. Depending on how that's fielded in the throw, that could have easily been a triple. Jordan having what would be a career year if he can keep this up. A 365 average, 400 on base. And the insane 700 slug put on display to the second deck. Jordan Alvarez blows this game open. A 2-run shot here in the ninth gives us a 4-run lead. His second home run of the game. And are we going to finally see an MVP season from Jordan with us? I mean, granted, this is only his second year at the team. But I feel like he has not been... I mean, Cody Bellinger, I think it's Bellinger, has won the MVP for the AL the past 4 years. So even whenever he was with Houston, Jordan still was not winning MVP, but these are 1,000% MVP numbers as Zach Thompson just continues to throw curveballs right down the middle. Lucky that last one was not hit for a home run. And now Benito Bourbon. I'm going to call him Bourbon because that is my favorite drink. Benito Bourbon. I'll take mine neat. No ice. I don't need to water that shit down. I like my whiskey neat because I like to hate myself. Speaking of hating myself, you should watch the Madden VOD where I'm rebuilding the New York Giants and the Commanders put up almost 60 points on me. Vaughn swinging everything. Again, good contact, but when you only have like 45 power, going opposite field is tough. And there's the big shot. Jordan Alvarez, a 2-run homer, and this one to the second deck, his second of the game, man. He is on pace.
Your attention, please.
And now, even though it's not a save situation, Bronson coming in with a 6 ERA is not good. But then again, as a closer, you know, one bad inning can absolutely tank your ERA. So I just want to make sure the kid's still good when you win reliever of the year and then you start off really slow. You got to be a little worried, but showing command. And a strikeout with the first batter. Jonathan India 0 for 3 on the day and hits a huge shot out to right field from bouncing off the wall. Walker's there. India gets a double. Okay? So that slider misses, catches a little too much of the plate. And that cutter did too. Luckily, Brett Beatty just misses it. Yep, cut it right down the middle. But still the second out. This one laced out in the right is actually fair. Walker's there. The cutoff throw and then the throw to second is not in time. Maybe should have just taken the throw straight to second. And now we're technically in a save situation.
Ball one, no strikes.
As we do allow one run. Some mistake pitches, but including that one, that was not a good pitch. But luckily, weak contact induced. It's a ground out. It's going to be another save for Bronson, although it doesn't help his ERA. Henry Hinojo gets the win. Our first time seeing him as a starter. Goes 6 innings with 5 hits and 5 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. And Jordan, of course, player of the game, goes 4 for 5. I thought he had 2 home runs. 1,000% he had 2 home runs.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 31 minutes.
I guess not.
Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Okay. I could have sworn that was his second one, but I guess not. All right. So we're poised to sweep the Mets. However, we do lose the last one. It is hard to get sweeps. And we have so far split the series with Tampa Bay. It is time for scouting. Robert Ullman looks okay. Has a pretty good bat. Not great defense. That's good enough for me. And left fielder Eli Asensio actually moves up the draft board a little bit. Okay. So we will go again. Okay. Let's start looking at center fielders. Potential power bat here, Lou Cruz. Lou spelled L-E-W. We'll take a look. I'm not expecting that to actually be a thing, but... Ooh, and Derek McFadden. Almost guaranteed like 90 plus speed is very enticing, despite the weak bat. We'll take a look-see. No outfielders found in Central, so we'll go to the East. Advance and sim the last game of the month. All right, so we do get the series win over Tampa Bay, and we finish the month of April at 17-11. So kind of a step back from last year, but still not bad. We're only a game and a half out of first with the Rangers. Let's check in on the team statistics. See where we stand. So Doug Vaughn cold right now, hitting .227, really struggling versus lefties. That is not good. We could put in Mead, and I think we will. So versus lefties, let's take Vaughn out, and we'll put in Mead. Rosario's struggling and regressing very rapidly. So let's switch those two. And let's also put Lawrence Butler in. Nah, gosh. We're only a month into the season. Don't want to make any rash decisions, but Jordan Walker having himself a hell of a year too. 6 home runs, .315 average. Lawrence Butler and Noda. Not really I mean, no at-bats so far. Is Verdugo regressing? A little bit. But we're seeing Ahmed Rosario just absolutely tank. And we got to do something about that. We're looking to defend a World Series title. Like, we can't just be like, oh, well, we better look next year. It's not how we roll here in the A's organization. Pitching, Grayson Rodriguez is, I mean, I'm surely he's in the running for Cy Young Award. He's not. Framber Valdez is 4-0 with a 1.45 ERA. Unbelievable. At 35. The way this is going, he is going to be a Hall of Famer. Tom Katomer. Oh my God, 24 years old and is 98 overall. That's so disgusting, man. That's crazy. Grayson Rodriguez with a 1.7 ERA. Okay. Unbelievable. So I guess we'll see if he can continue that. Kyle Harrison has fallen off a little bit. But Stuart Orr, I like that he's bouncing back. Hinojo's still looking good, and Matsui is still looking good. So our rookies are coming in really clutch. Orozco's still struggling down as a long reliever. And the rest of the bullpen is kind of coming back. Their average, which is good enough, I guess. Down in AAA. Anything exciting here? Mike Estrada hitting 297. I mean, he's got a huge contact, so it's no surprise at all. And pitching, I mean, Gillian, who started off with like 100 ERAs, bounced back in a big way. All right. Kyle Brown struggling. 10 innings. Looking real bad. Let's make that swap. And who's our setup man? Steven Cruz has a 5 ERA. All right, so let's switch that around. AA looking terrible. Our best pitcher is a 54 overall. Make it make sense. And how about our lineups down in AA? How's Martin Meza doing? 264. So he's cold right now, but he's actually hitting for good average. Has 4 home runs already, which is also good. OPS over 800. So, I mean, that's good, but he's an 80 overall playing in AA. Like, he should be dominating. Okay, so far, so good. We've done some scouting. We feel pretty good about where we're at. Our starting pitchers are doing really well. Our lineups are doing well. But to end this episode, I think we got to do something that makes me sad. But we are going to put... No, I can't do it there. Okay. We are going to put Rosario on the block. And what are we looking for? How many positions can we do? So let's do outfielder and then like infield. Someone at third and short. Shortstop not so much, but like maybe third and first. Yeah, that's fine. Anyone else we want to put on the block? I don't think so. No one else is like really falling off right now. I gotta remember, Martin Mays is only 23, so he still has plenty of time to turn it around. But yeah, we'll put Bako Kang. He's just never gonna see the MLB. Any other guys up here that are like old as shit that just suck? Newton St. Aud goes down to a C potential and is absolutely tanking. Someone might try to turn around his career. We'll throw him up. And yeah, I think we'll keep it like that for now. So we added a few players to the block. We'll see what kind of offers we get. But that'll be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, I'd always appreciate a subscription, maybe a comment. Let me know what you think of the content or what team we should play with next, as we're 8. Let's see, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. As we're now in our 7th season with the A's, and we've won 3 out of 5 World Series in the last 5 years. So, yeah. Again, thank you so much. Again, check out the Madden video, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much again for your time. I really, really appreciate it. All right, bye.